Breaking news. More documents have been found at President Biden's Delaware home. That is according to the president's own special counsel, Richard Sauber. In a statement today, Sauber said that he found the documents on Thursday as he was working with Justice Department officials to hand over one final page of classified material. And while there, Sauber, who has the security clearance needed to handle sensitive documents, said that he found 5 additional pages with classification markings. The Biden administration has maintained they were simply following standard search protocol. But there is an important question that remains. Why was the president in possession of these materials in the first place? That is the question Attorney General Merrick Garland has tasked Robert Hur, a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney, to get to the bottom of, after naming him as special counsel in the department's probe. Now, unsurprisingly, the investigation into Biden has drawn comparisons to ex-President Trump's hoarding of sensitive government material at Mar-a-Lago. And I want to take a moment here to address this because it's a weak comparison when you look beyond the headlines. President Biden's own team notified the National Archives of the material quickly after it was discovered by them. They've since handed over the small number of documents to the proper authorities, and they have been notifying the Justice Department throughout this entire process. In Trump's case, he was tracked down by the National Archives and spent months resisting before he finally agreed to send 15 boxes of material to the agency. And that is when the Department of Justice got involved, believing Trump was holding on to even more material. The FBI eventually executed a raid on Trump's residence in Florida after a subpoena was issued, where they recovered an additional 13,000 documents, about 100 of which were marked as classified. And let's not forget, in all of this, Trump's being investigated for obstructing the investigation into those documents. So far, that is not the case for Joe Biden. There are significant differences in how the documents came to light, the sheer amount of the material involved, and most importantly, how Joe Biden and Donald Trump have both responded. But the problem is politics isn't built for that kind of nuance in this country. And here's the thing. President Biden sure isn't helping his case with clapbacks like this.
Mr. President, classified material next to your Corvette, what were you thinking?
I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
So the material was in a locked garage?
Yes, as well as my Corvette. But as I said earlier this week, people know I take classified documents and classified material seriously.
Now, with all due respect, do the American people really know that? A flippant response about your Corvette isn't exactly the most serious answer. And speaking of being serious, Democratic Congressman Hank Johnson took things to a whole new level when he floated a baseless conspiracy that these documents could have been, quote, planted. So it's no surprise that some in the party have grown frustrated with the White House, which didn't disclose the discovery of classified documents until it was reported by the media. NBC News is reporting that Democratic allies are calling on the administration to be more forthcoming in its handling of this issue. And right now, the American people need transparency, not quips about Corvettes and conspiracies. The fundamental question Biden and Trump need to answer is why? Why did they have classified documents in their possession after leaving office? And that's about the only question both men need to answer, because that's where the similarities in their situations end. The sad thing is, while there are stark differences in the cases against Trump and Biden, the facts won't stop the ex-president's supporters from pouncing. And a glib response from Biden does nothing but create more fodder for the GOP.